The sun dips low, casting long shadows over the savanna. A lone wildebeest stands at the edge of the dried-up waterhole, its silhouette carved against the dying light. Its head is low, its ears twitching as if listening for something beyond the silence. The wind carries the distant sound of a distant herd, a whisper of life in the stillness. It takes a step forward, its hooves pressing into the dust, each movement deliberate, as though it knows it is on the edge of something vast and unknowable. The air is still, heavy with the weight of the moment. You can almost feel the tension in the dust, the unspoken history of this place, the stories it holds. This is not just a wildebeest. It is a symbol, a survivor, a keeper of a path that has been walked for millennia. And now it stands alone. We're talking about a brutal, ancient contest for survival, fought not with weapons, but with hooves and determination. It's a war for water, for life, for the right to drink in a land that offers little mercy. This is not just a gathering, it's a battlefield. The air is thick with tension, the ground trembling beneath the weight of 1,000 hooves. Every step is a calculated move in a deadly game of patience and force. The waterhole is more than a source of life. It's a prize, a trophy, a symbol of power. To drink is to survive. To deny another is to assert dominance. This is how the wild works. But the rules are not written in books. They are etched into the land, the bones of the dead, and the memory of those who came before. This is not a battle for dominance. It's a ritual of survival. We are not watching a spectacle. We are witnessing the raw, unfiltered truth of nature. A world where every breath is earned, and every drop of water is a life or death decision. This isn't just a story about animals. It's a story about how life clings to the edge of survival, how a single drop of water can mean the difference between life and death. Behind every migration is a hidden war. For water, for space, for the right to exist. These animals don't fight with weapons, but with will, with instinct, with the sheer force of nature. You may not feel it, but this is a battle that shapes the world you live in. The climate, the ecosystems, the balance of life, it all hinges on these moments, on the fragile, desperate choices of creatures like these. When you look at this, you're not just watching an animal. You're looking at a mirror, a reflection of how we, too, are fighting for our place in the world, for resources, for survival, for a future. So maybe you don't know the names of these animals, but you should know their story. Because it's not just about them. It's about us, about what it means to live, to struggle, to survive. The first great migration began as a whisper in the plains, a movement driven by instinct and the pull of the rains. The wildebeest, in their thousands, left behind the safety of the grasslands, unaware of the battles that awaited them. They crossed rivers, not as heroes, but as survivors, their bodies battered by crocodiles in the wake of the world. The waterholes were both sanctuary and battleground, where life and death were decided in a single breath. For centuries, this cycle has played out, a dance of survival, a rhythm older than memory. The wildebeest do not fight, but they are forced to, their journey a testament to nature's unrelenting will. The waterholes are not just places. They are witnesses, silent and solemn, holding the stories of those who have passed through. Every drop of water carries the weight of 1,000 lives, of triumph and tragedy. This is not just a migration. It is a war, a slow, ancient war fought not with weapons, but with the will to live, to moor. And in the end, the wildebeest do not win. They simply survive. You know how sometimes when you're stuck, you just need a little water to keep going? Well, the wildebeest are like that. They follow the water, even if it means fighting for it. But water isn't always friendly. Other animals want it too. So the wildebeest have to be brave, even when the water is full of danger and other animals are waiting. They don't just fight for water, they fight for survival. Every drop is a choice, every step a risk. It's not about who's stronger, but who's willing to keep going. In the end, it's not just about the water. It's about the journey, the push forward, the will to live in a world that doesn't always give you what you need. The first step in this deadly dance is the setup, the quiet buildup of tension in the dry land, where the waterhole becomes the only beacon of life, and the predator's hunger is matched only by the prey's desperation. The wildebeest, with its heavy frame and wide stance, moves like a statue through the cracked earth. It's not running, it's waiting. Every step is deliberate, a slow-motion act of survival. This is not a simple hunt. It's a calculated ritual. The wildebeest knows the danger. The predators know the weakness. The waterhole is not just a place, it's a battleground, a mirror of survival and death. The wildebeest waits for the moment when the predators will make their move, when the waterhole will become a trap, and the line between life and death will blur like the edge of a dream. In this moment, the wildebeest is not just a creature of instinct. It is a symbol of resilience, of the struggle to survive in a world that does not care for the weak. The first step is the gathering, but the second is the push, a silent, collective surge that ripples through the herd like a tide. Each animal becomes part of a greater force, moving with purpose, with inevitability. They don't charge, they flow. Their hooves drum the earth in a steady rhythm, a heartbeat that echoes across the land, carrying the weight of generations that have walked this path before. The waterhole is the prize, but it is also the battlefield. The first to reach it are the ones who claim it, and the ones who are left behind are the ones who will be pushed, trampled, or lost in the chaos. This is not just survival. It is a ritual of the wild, a cycle that has played out for millennia. The herd moves as one, a living current that cannot be stopped, cannot be reasoned with, only followed or left behind. Each step is a choice, each moment a risk. But in the end, there is no choice, only the will to move, to push, to endure. This is how it works. Step 2. The mechanism. The first moment of clarity comes when the waterhole is nearly empty, and the last survivor of the herd steps forward. The tension is palpable, like a held breath in the dust. This is the turning point. The animal chooses to stay, not run. It knows the cost of the journey, and in this stillness, it becomes the last witness to the end of a migration. In this final act, there is no escape. The waterhole is now a graveyard, and the wildebeest becomes both the survivor and the symbol of a world in flux. It stands there, alone, as the earth shifts and the cycle continues. The wildebeest is not just a creature of instinct, but of memory, of loss, of endurance. Beneath the chaos, there is a rhythm, a pattern etched into the bones of the earth. The waterhole is not just a place, it's a pulse, a heartbeat that guides the great migration. The wildebeest journey is not random. It is driven by the ancient knowledge of the land. They follow the scent of water, the memory of rain, the whisper of the soil. The science of survival is written in the instincts of these animals. Every step, every pause, every movement is a calculation of risk and reward, passed down through generations. The waterhole is more than a source of life. It is a battleground, a crossroads where the fate of the herd is decided by the balance of nature and the will of the wild. In the end, the wildebeest's migration is a testament to resilience, to the quiet strength of a species that moves with the earth, not against it. This is not a battle of strategy or strength. It is a battle of instinct, of survival, of the will to live in a world that does not care for the weak. The wildebeest charges, not for glory, but for the promise of water. It is a decision made in the marrow of its bones, not the mind of its brain. This is the same as the modern world. A world where the weak are not protected, where the powerful take what they want, and where the only way to survive is to keep moving. We are all wildebeests in the end, chasing the same things, facing the same choices, and often making the same mistakes. Maybe the wildebeest doesn't understand the war, but it understands the need to keep going, and that is enough. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.